Lisbon is the largest city in Portugal and also its capital. It has a rich and layered history, shaped by a fascinating mix of cultures. From the Romans and the Visigoths in medieval times to North African Muslims, Christian Crusaders, and many others, it's truly one of the most storied cities in Europe. Lisbon is a captivating place. Its colorful, tiled streets wind up and down the city's many hills, all set against the shimmering backdrop of the Tagus River. The city unfolds like a maze, full of sloping alleys and twisting staircases. Life in Lisbon's old town flows to the rhythm of its iconic colorful streetcars, the locals' favorite way to get around. In 1755, a powerful earthquake, followed by devastating fires and a tsunami, destroyed much of the city. What followed was a massive rebuilding effort that gave birth to a more modern, resilient Lisbon, better prepared for future disasters. One of the reasons Lisbon's neighborhoods feel so different from one another is that, after the earthquake, architects from around the world were brought in to help redesign the city. That's why some parts resemble Paris, with grand boulevards and four-story apartment buildings, while others feel like ancient Rome with cobblestone streets and medieval castles. Lisbon is truly a delight, full of breathtaking views, remarkable stories, and history around every corner. I can't wait to explore it. Lisbon has a well-developed and integrated public transportation system, including 3 historic funiculars. They are a unique way to navigate the city's steep hills. And who knew? I can drive a funicular now, ha ha! The Lisbon Metro is another great option, fast, efficient, and easy to use. And for extra flexibility, there is always Uber or a taxi. Of course, I had heard about Lisbon's iconic and widely popular Tram 28. It's a nostalgic ride through the city's historic heart, a must-do for visitors. So I headed to the departure station early in the morning and find a long queue already forming. After an hour and a half of waiting, I finally boarded Tram 28. Lisbon is made up of many neighborhoods. Right now, I'm in Baixo and Chiado. Just ahead is the Rua Augusta Arch, a majestic monument that stands as a symbol of resilience, commemorating Lisbon's rapid recovery and reconstruction after the devastating earthquake of 1755. Passing through the arch, arrive at the Praia do Comércio, a grand harbor-facing square that's among the most beautiful in all of Europe. It opens southward onto the vast Tagus estuary, creating a truly breathtaking view. At the geometric center of the square, facing the river, stands a statue of King Jose I on horseback, riding his steed, Gentil. Now I have come to the Santa Gesta lift. It was inaugurated in 1902 as part of the city's public transport network. It was a huge success, as it finally made it easier to travel between the upper and the lower parts of Lisbon. Its surprising architecture reminds me of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and that's no coincidence. The lift was designed by Raoul Messner, a student of Gustave Eiffel, the famous engineer behind the Eiffel Tower. At the top is a stunning observation deck, offering magnificent views over the Baixas district. From here, I can already spot my next destination, the Convento do Carmo Museum. The Carmo Archaeological Museum is located in the ruins of the old church of Santa Maria do Carmo, which was founded in 1389. Standing among the ruins, it's easy to imagine the grandeur of this once majestic Gothic church. Most of it, including the roof, was destroyed in the 1755 earthquake, but parts of the structure still remain. Though just the ruins now, the imperfection adds to its charm. It's a beautiful and moving place to visit. The museum houses a fascinating collection of historical artifacts from different areas and cultures. Among them the stones coffee guy, and even the Gothic tomb of King Ferdinand I. Not far away is Rocio Square, Lisbon's main meeting place since the 13th century. A statue of King Pedro IV stands atop a limestone column at the center, and the square's black and white mosaic pavement is one of its most iconic features. While in Lisbon, I stayed in the Bairro Alto neighborhood. Established in 1513, it's an ancient and picturesque area, with narrow cobbled street, old houses, and the traditional shops and cafes. Just beside where I stayed is the Mirador de San Pedro de Alcântara, a popular viewpoint that offers stunning panoramic views over the city. A beautiful tiled map helps visitors identify the landmarks visible from this scenic spot. Next, I visited the Church of St. Roch. Built in the late 16th century, it was the first Jesus church in the Portuguese world, and one of the very first anywhere. Remarkably, it was one of the few buildings in Lisbon to survive the 1755 earthquake, preserving its intricate and richly decorated interior. This is the Sé de Lisboa, often called the Lisbon Cathedral. The cathedral's facade still preserves its original 12th century Romanesque style, with thick stone walls flanked by two solid bell towers that gives it a fortress-like appearance. Inside, the atmosphere shifts to the elegance of a striking 14th century Gothic chapel. The Sé is a Roman Catholic cathedral and the oldest church in Lisbon, built in 1147. Visiting it feels like traveling through 800 years of history. I decided to climb one of the towers, which offered a close-up view of the church's beautiful central rose window. nearby are the Mirador das Potes do Sol and the Mirador de Santa Luzia, two scenic viewpoints perched side by side on a hill. Both offer breathtaking views over the rooftops of Lisbon and the shimmering Tagus River. Now I'm heading to the monastery of São Vicente de Fora, one of Lisbon's most important historic landmarks. It was originally founded by Portugal's first king in the 12th century. Over time, several monarchs made changes to the building, including a major reconstruction in the 16th century. Dedicated to St. Vincent, the monastery houses the world's largest collection of Baroque tiles, displayed throughout its richly decorated cloisters. Built in the Italian Mannerist style, the monastery was begun in 1582 and inaugurated in 1629. It later became a model for Portuguese religious architecture, inspiring churches throughout the empire, from Brazil to Macau. Not far from the monastery is the Church of Santa Ingresia, a 17th century monument in Lisbon. The church was later transformed into the National Pantheon in 1916. Its large dome is visible from many parts of the city. Just behind the Pantheon is a bustling flea market known as Feira da Ladra. It's considered one of the oldest markets in Lisbon. Here you will find a wide array of treasures: vintage clothing, antiques, books, handicrafts, and of course ironic Portuguese tiles. Eventually arrive at St. George's Castle. This site has a long and a layered history. It served as a fortification for the Romans, the Visigoths, and the Moors, who later turned it into a royal palace. It was eventually taken by Portugal's first king, Afonso Henriques. Built in the mid-11th century, the castle still preserves 11 towers, showcasing architectural elements typical of Moorish military design. Perched on Lisbon's highest hill in the Alfama district, the castle offers breathtaking views of the city. One of its highlights is the series of viewpoints accessible by steps along the curtain walls, allowing visitors to walk the ramparts and explore the perimeter. And then, surprise! One of the resident peacocks decided to put on a show, proudly spreading its brilliant tail feathers. A perfect, unexpected moment. Belém is Lisbon's southwesternmost district, set apart from the city center. This neighborhood lies at the mouth of the Tagus River. The Maritime Museum may not be at the top of everyone's list, but I really want to visit it, because it's a place that celebrates exploration. It reflects the significance of the knowledge and experience brought to the world by Portugal's pioneering sailors. In 1863, King Louis founded this museum in honor of the Navy. Fittingly, it stands near the very waters where, in the 15th century, 3 Portuguese princes set sail to explore lands beyond the sea. Understanding Portugal's maritime history is a powerful way to preserve the spirit of those great voyages. From intricate boat models and navigation tools to full-size vessels and striking replicates, the museum offers a true world of discovery. The permanent exhibition highlights the age of discoveries, along with the evolution of Portugal's commercial and military fleets. It's an impressive collection with over 23,000 artifacts. Just a short walk away is the Jerónimos Monastery, a former monastery of the Order of the Saint Jerome. This remarkable 16th century building has become an enduring symbol of Portuguese identity and pride. The monastery is one of the finest examples of the manualized style of late Portuguese Gothic architecture. With its soaring vaulted ceilings and richly detailed ornamentation, it reflects the ecclesiastical and royal ambition of the age in which it was built. It's truly an architectural masterpiece that has been admired for centuries. The Jerónimos Monastery was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983, and it also serves as the final resting place of the famed explorer Vasco da Gama. Belém Tower is a 16th century fortification that once served as a point of departure and arrival for Portuguese explorers. It also acted as a ceremonial gateway to Lisbon. The tower stands as a symbol of Portugal's maritime strength and colonial ambitions during the age of exploration. Not far from the tower stands another iconic site, the Monument to the Discoveries. This impressive stone structure, shaped like a caravel, was built in 1940 for the Portuguese World Expo. At 52 meters tall, it commemorates the bold navigators of Portugal's age of discoveries. In the distance, we can see the 25 de Abril Bridge, a massive suspension bridge that links Lisbon with the municipality of Almada, on the opposite bank of the Tagus River. Its main span stretches 1,030 meters, making it one of the longest suspension bridges in the world. The bridge has 2 levels. The upper deck carries vehicles, and the lower deck is for trains. Lisbon is also well known for its fantastic food and drinks, especially fresh seafood, considered among the best in the world. On my very first day, I walked into a random coffee shop along the street. I couldn't believe my eyes. Wow, the place looked like a tiny palace. One of Portugal's most famous streets is the Pastel de Nata. Pastéis de Belém claims to be the original creator of this beloved dessert. Back in 1837, they began baking in the Pastéis de Belém in buildings attached to a sugar refinery, using an ancient secret recipe from the monastery. And yes, it's absolutely delicious. In fact, pastel de nata are popular all over Portugal and are easy to find. I discovered that, overall, they taste quite similar wherever you go. For food, Time Out Market is the place to be. It's home to some of the freshest fish, meat, and fruit in Lisbon. You can sip on the finest local wines and dine at over 40 restaurants offering everything from traditional Portuguese dishes to global cuisine. I definitely wasn't going to miss out. Here, I ordered the bacalhau, Portugal's national dish, along with some codfish cakes. So good. Then there is the LX Factory, once an old textile factory, now transformed into one of the Lisbon's trendiest spots for food, shopping, and art. With Portugal's incredible seafood, this trip is the perfect opportunity to enjoy it to the fullest. And of course, I had to try gingina, a traditional Portuguese liqueur. A must try. I had some with a chocolate cup. Besides pastéis de nata, Lisbon is also full of Portuguese sweets and ice creams. A delicious way to end the day.